So, hey guys, Chauzu here. This is going to be my Queen Showcase, and it's actually a really strong normal legend, and we've learned that Queen is even better than we thought. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's just recap. Queen is a driven and cerebral boosting captain, which is a very unique and cool combination. I will explore both of those classes in this video. The big deal otherwise with Queen is of course that you have the captain action Vanish, where you will be able to basically be immune to all status effects for 3 turns, and you also do a lot of extra guaranteed damage through tap timing bonus, which we will also showcase in the video. As for the special, you're able to do some end of turn damage, which is cool. You have block orb manip, including block orb to tandem for everyone on the crew. You remove death up and damage threshold by 6 turns. You have a 2.5 times color affinity, and on top of that, as a bonus, if you already have an attack and or boost and use the special, you get a color affinity and you get an conditional to increase damage taken. Before, we thought that you needed to have color affinity applied as well, but it's okay with just attack and or boost, which is actually insane. And we'll try that out in both these teams. We'll start with the classic. We get so many int driven. I've done this Grand Voyage so many times, but it's always fun to try and do a little spin of it. I was actually surprised that I could fit all of these 4 legends, but as long as you don't use a 6+ legend, it's pretty realistic to manage. I use Vanish right away, which is pretty dope. I just use it on this team for some extra damage. Like, it's very easy kills with Vanish. You can, most of the time you can just hit a good and you instantly kill whatever you tap, whatever orb you have. There's not really any debuff for me to avoid here, so might as well use it here to make it a bit more chill in the beginning. If I stall a turn here, I could actually get back Vanish for final stage, but the issue is that sure, I can kill with Vanish, I can ignore the barrier, but I can't ignore the resilience, because like the death hits, the end of turn damage will hit the barrier, so I have to remove the barrier, but I can't remove it with Vanish, sadly. Yeah, we use the first Queen here, full board of tandem, and we get some nice color in the boost. We use Big Mom now because we can't use her for the final stage, there is an interrupt. But it does make this stage a lot easier by using her. And we have versus Kaido on the team, but we're actually not going to use his special. We are. Actually, I made some iterations to this team. I had some time where I didn't use it, but I think I reverted back to using it because I'm only using 2 specials final stage anyway. Or I think I maybe reverted back again, like, oh my god, I did so many iterations for this team. I overlooked so many small things. Let's just see what happens. You should kill Zoro first, because firstly you can use Kaido then, but mostly because you can ignore that slot bind. But it didn't matter on this team, but as you see, ultimately I ended up not using Kaido, but Kaido is still very important for this team, because with Kaido we're going to be able to get that increased damage taken through full immunity, and that means we can get Queen's conditional, which is a conditional to increase damage taken. So we stall a turn first to get rid of the damage limiter. By stalling, Luffy puts up a barrier and resilience, very annoying. Blindness as well, which is also super annoying. Zoro is just for Kung Fu Lu support to make perfects easier to kind of mitigate that blindness. Bug is just for Uta support, this gives us attack and or boost. Kaido's versus special for the increased damage taken. And then I use Queen, and since I have attack and or boost already, I get that color affinity as well as the increased damage taken conditional, so it's going to be some insane damage. When you have the secondary effect applied, you also get some resistance applied to the enemy, which we can see there. So that gives us even more damage and then Moria for some extra base stats. So I'm going to hit with bottom row just to break the barrier a bit. Then I swap to the Zoro and Sanji and kill with Kaido and Big Mom. And then just hit 2 perfects and easily kill the Luffy. So yeah, Queen very strong of course, but next team is going to be even more fun. I forgot to remove that. Whatever, it's too late now. Next team is going to be a mono cerebral. Big Mom here again, but she's not really cerebral on this team. I'm not talked about Big Mom yet, but on the last team they actually used a super tandem to remove damage reduction. Before making this video, I already forgot that Big Mom's super tandem also has some utility, removes 2 turns of Rainbow Shield. And we used it for last team, and we're going to use it for this team as well, so it's absolutely crazy. And this team is going to be the highest damage I've ever done against Arena Wolf. I know you're probably pretty tired of this arena by now, but I tell you, I've never done this much damage to this arena before, probably not any arena. And that's possible thanks to the combination of Vanish, letting Queen ignore debuffs, as well as Queen's special just being perfect for stage 4. So we can get away with using one single special stage 4 and keep everything else for final stage, which is very rare for an arena. But that's just how strong Queen is. And as you see, this team is a cerebral team, so we're making use of Queen's other class. And one of the biggest boon to being cerebral in modern One Piece Treasure Cruise is of course that we have the potential of using Robin. So we can use Robin to stack conditionals, and as you know, Queen has the ability to give his own conditional to increase damage taken. And it just so happens that there is a cerebral unit that can give guaranteed increased damage taken, which is the old anniversary legend law, the final tap law. So we're going to use that combo. And all we lack after that is an ore boost, which we get from the Katakuri. And we lack a super tandem, which we get from Big Mom. We just stall a turn here to stall out the special bind, and then we can move on. First time I ever used that strat, but it worked fine for this team. So one issue with hitting hard in arena is that you kill too easily. So for Wolf, the best way to do a lot of damage is to remove the Rainbow Shield mid-turn, which is why Big Mom's super tandem comes in clutch here, because by stalling 2 turns, we have only 2 turns left of the Rainbow Shield. And then when we burst with Big Mom and proc the super tandem, we remove the final 2, and we can wait until the final hit to proc it to really maximize the damage here. But as you see, use log, get the attack boost and increase damage taken. Katakuri for the ore boost. Robin to get her conditional and allow us to get Queen's conditional. And as always, since we have an attack boost from Law and an ore boost from Katakuri, we don't only get the Call Affinity for Queen, we also get that conditional, which will stack with Robin's conditional. And we also get some resistance applied to Wolf here. Then I can use Big Mom for a base attack boost. I think she has Hero Spirit support as well, so we get some chain as well. Really what we lack on this team is chain, and we also lack some other like a damage reduction attack boost. But check this damage out, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, Big Mom super tandem, I just maxed it, going to be very useful going forward. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Queen Showcase. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.